What if the secret to unlocking peace, joy, and freedom in your life was as simple as a morning prayer? What if, with just a few words each morning, you could set the tone for your entire day, no matter what challenges lie ahead? Imagine starting each day with gratitude, feeling the weight lift off your shoulders and your heart full of God's love. This morning, prayer could be the key to transforming your life. One day at a time, in today's fast-paced world, mornings often feel like a rush, a race against the clock. Many of us wake up already feeling overwhelmed by what the day holds. We jump out of bed, rush through the morning routine, and before we know it, the stress of the day has already begun. But what if there was a way to break that cycle? What if the first thing you did every morning could change everything? This isn't just about a typical morning routine or positive thinking. This is about starting your day by setting your heart in the right place, by focusing on gratitude, inviting God's presence, and surrendering your day to Him from the very start. Gratitude, when applied in our daily lives, has the power to shift our entire perspective. It's more than a feeling, it's a practice, a habit that, when embraced, transforms how we respond to life's challenges. In this video, we're going to walk through a morning prayer that will set you free. It's a prayer of thankfulness that acknowledges God's goodness, His grace, and His presence in every moment. It's simple, but incredibly powerful. And the best part is, it's something you can start today. Stick with me, because I'm about to show you how this small change in your morning routine can change your life for good. The power of gratitude can't be overstated. When we wake up in the morning, it's easy to get caught up in our to-do lists, worries, or thoughts about everything we need to accomplish. But starting the day by focusing on gratitude changes our mindset completely. Gratitude isn't just about feeling thankful. It's about actively choosing to focus on the blessings we have rather than what we lack. It's a choice to shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. Gratitude opens the door for peace. When you express thankfulness, you're giving God the opportunity to fill your heart with His peace. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. The darkness of anxiety, fear, or worry can easily take over if we don't actively push it out with something positive. Gratitude is that light. It helps us focus on the good that God has already done in our lives, instead of the struggles or frustrations we may face that day. The beauty of this morning prayer is that it invites God into your day right from the start. You're giving Him your heart and your time, acknowledging that He's the one who gives you breath, strength, and purpose each day. The moment you wake up, you can begin by saying, "Thank you, God, for waking me up today. Thank you for the gift of this new day." Simple, but powerful. This prayer is an invitation for God to enter your day. When we thank God for the gift of life, we open ourselves up to receive more of His love and grace. We invite Him to guide us, to help us navigate the challenges ahead, and to fill our hearts with peace. Gratitude connects us to His presence, reminding us that He's with us through everything. Whether we face challenges, distractions, or opportunities that day, we are not facing them alone. We can walk confidently, knowing that God's peace and wisdom are available to us every step of the way. This simple act of gratitude doesn't just affect our relationship with God, it changes the way we interact with the world. When we start our day by focusing on what we're thankful for, it redefines how we approach everything else. Instead of starting the day with a mindset of stress or fear, we start with peace and joy. It's like setting the foundation for the entire day on solid ground. Everything that comes next is approached from a place of calm and trust in God's provision. Gratitude also helps to reshape our perspective on problems. When we focus on what we're thankful for, the things that usually overwhelm us seem much more manageable. Instead of being crushed by challenges, we learn to view them as opportunities to grow, to trust God more deeply, and to witness His work in our lives. Gratitude is the lens through which we see the world differently, with hope, joy, and confidence that God is in control. Now, let's break down the morning prayer itself. It's simple, but each part is designed to align your heart with God's will and set your day on the right path. You begin with a thankful heart, acknowledging God for waking you up and giving you another day of life. That simple acknowledgement sets the tone for the rest of the day. It reminds you that no matter what comes your way, today is a gift, and you are here for a purpose. The prayer can go something like this: Father, thank you for waking me up today. Thank you for your love, for your grace, and for the breath in my lungs. I know that each day is a gift from you, and I want to honor you with my thoughts, words, and actions today. Guide me, Lord, and fill me with your peace. This prayer doesn't have to be long or complicated. It's a declaration of gratitude, surrender, and trust. It's inviting God to take the lead in your day, while acknowledging His goodness and faithfulness. Saying as you make this prayer a part of your morning routine, you'll begin to feel the shift. You'll notice the difference in how you approach the day's challenges, how you interact with others, and how you see the world around you. Gratitude, when practiced regularly, becomes a habit. And the more we make it a part of our daily routine, the more our hearts and minds begin to transform. It's not just a feel-good practice. It's a spiritual discipline that opens us up to God's presence and grace. By starting your day with gratitude, you are allowing God to transform your perspective, giving you peace that will carry you through whatever the day brings. But here's the challenge that many of us face. Our mornings don't always feel like a fresh start. In fact, for many, mornings bring stress, anxiety, and the weight of everything that needs to be done. We wake up to an alarm, already thinking about the things we have to tackle: work, responsibilities, relationships. And before we even get out of bed, we're already carrying the burden of the day. The world is fast-paced, demanding, and often overwhelming. How do we break free from that cycle and experience the peace and freedom that we're meant to have? The truth is, it starts with the very first moments of our day. The way we wake up sets the tone for everything that follows. If we wake up with anxiety and stress, that's often how we will approach the rest of the day. But if we wake up with gratitude, if we choose to make God the center of our thoughts from the moment we open our eyes, we are setting ourselves up for a radically different experience. The problem is that most of us don't have the habit of starting our days in this way. We've been conditioned to jump into the rush of life without first grounding ourselves in God's peace. We've been taught to think that productivity and accomplishment are the keys to success. But what if peace, stillness, and gratitude are actually the keys to a life of true freedom? Gratitude isn't just an emotion, it's a practice. It's a choice we make, no matter what our circumstances look like. And when we make it a habit, we begin to shift the way we see everything around us. The first step in this transformation is to recognize the power that gratitude has to change our hearts and minds, and to choose to invite that power into our mornings. The challenge is that, for many of us, it takes conscious effort to break free from the negative thought patterns we've developed. We wake up feeling stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, and it can be hard to focus on the good things in our lives. But that's why the morning prayer of gratitude is so powerful. It doesn't require a lot of time, and it doesn't require perfect circumstances. It simply requires a decision to shift our hearts toward God and to acknowledge His goodness. When you begin each morning with gratitude, you're not just thanking God for the things you can see. You're thanking Him for the breath in your lungs, for the opportunity to live another day, and for His unshakable presence in your life. This simple prayer serves as a reminder that no matter what challenges or difficulties you might face, you have a constant source of peace and strength in God. And when you make this a habit, it changes everything. The stress and overwhelm that used to take hold of you in the mornings start to lose their grip. The anxiety that once defined your day begins to fade, replaced by a sense of calm and confidence. This prayer helps you prioritize what matters most: your relationship with God, your heart of gratitude, and your ability to walk through the day with peace. But what happens when we don't make gratitude our focus? Without a morning prayer to ground us, we can easily fall into the trap of letting the worries of the world dictate our day. We get distracted by external circumstances, by work, by family obligations, or by everything that needs to be done. We forget that, in Christ, we already have everything we need. Gratitude redirects our hearts back to this truth, reminding us that God's grace is sufficient for every situation. The shift you're seeking doesn't come from your external circumstances. It comes from your internal posture. The decision to start your day with gratitude aligns your heart with God's peace. It allows you to see the good, to focus on His presence, and to experience the freedom that comes with knowing He is in control. It's not always easy to change the way we think or how we approach our mornings. But here's the good news. It doesn't take long to feel the transformation. As you make this morning prayer a part of your routine, it will become second nature. You'll start waking up with a sense of anticipation, knowing that your heart is aligned with God's peace from the very beginning of the day. And as you move through the day, you'll carry that peace with you. It's a small shift, but it's one that will have a lasting impact on how you see the world around you. Now, I challenge you to take this prayer and apply it to your own life. Start tomorrow morning by thanking God for the simple gift of life. Invite His peace into your day and allow your heart to be filled with gratitude. The change you're seeking in your life can start in these first moments of the day. It's not about perfect circumstances. It's about choosing to place your trust and gratitude in the one who holds everything in His hands. By making gratitude the first thing you express each morning, you'll be setting the tone for the rest of your day and experiencing freedom and peace that will carry you through whatever comes your way. The beauty of starting each day with gratitude is that it doesn't just change the way you feel, it changes the way you see the world. When you begin with a thankful heart, you are actively choosing to focus on the blessings around you rather than the challenges. It's a shift in perspective, a new lens through which you view everything. Problems that once seemed overwhelming begin to feel more manageable because you're starting your day centered in God's peace. You are allowing Him to work in you before you face anything that may come your way. But it's important to realize that this shift won't happen overnight. Like any new habit, cultivating a heart of gratitude takes time. In the beginning, you may struggle to stay focused on the positives, especially if you're used to focusing on stress or anxiety. But this is where the power of consistency comes into play. The more you start your mornings in gratitude, the more natural it becomes to stay in that mindset throughout the day. You'll find that, over time, you begin to notice more things to be thankful for. Even in the midst of difficulties, gratitude becomes like a filter, helping you to sift through life's challenges and find the silver lining, the ways God is working in the background. One of the most profound effects of a gratitude-filled morning is that it aligns your heart with God's will. It reminds you that every day is a gift. It reminds you that even in the hardest moments, there's something to be thankful for. It could be as simple as the fact that you woke up, or the warmth of your bed, or the fact that you are loved by a God who sees you and cares for you deeply. Gratitude, when practiced daily, helps you draw closer to God's heart and strengthens your connection to His goodness. It allows you to surrender your day to Him, trusting that He will guide you through whatever comes your way. The beauty of this prayer is that it doesn't just affect your mornings. It has the potential to transform your entire day. When you start with gratitude, you're setting the tone for the rest of your day. The peace you cultivate in those first few minutes becomes a foundation on which you can build the rest of your day. No matter what happens, you're standing on the solid rock of God's faithfulness, and you know that He is with you every step of the way. What's even more powerful is that this morning prayer not only impacts your own heart, but it also impacts those around you. When you walk through your day with a heart of gratitude, it becomes contagious. People notice the peace you carry, the joy you radiate, and the calmness with which you approach challenges. You become a living testimony of God's peace in a world that so desperately needs it. Your grateful heart can be a light to others, showing them the power of starting their day with God's presence. Gratitude also has the ability to break down walls. It softens hearts, builds bridges, and helps you see others through the lens of love and kindness. When you approach your relationships with gratitude, you begin to appreciate people in a deeper way. You focus on their strengths, their qualities, and the ways they bless your life, rather than on any flaws or frustrations. This shift not only improves your relationships with others, but it also helps to deepen your relationship with God, because you are seeing His work in the people around you. But even with all of these benefits, it's important to be patient with yourself. Starting a new habit, especially one that requires a shift in mindset, takes time. Some mornings, it will be easy to jump into a prayer of gratitude, and other mornings, it might feel forced. That's okay. The key is consistency. Even on the days when you don't feel particularly thankful, speak those words of gratitude anyway, even if your heart isn't fully in it. Trust that God is working in you, shaping your heart to be more in tune with His peace. Over time, you'll notice a difference, not just in how you feel, but in how you experience the world around you. This practice also helps to combat the negative mindset that many of us are prone to. We live in a world that often emphasizes what we lack or what's going wrong. Social media, news, and even conversations with others can easily focus on the negative. But gratitude helps to break that cycle. It encourages us to see the good, to celebrate the blessings, and to remember that God is at work in all things. This shift is liberating. It sets us free from the constant cycle of dissatisfaction and comparison. Gratitude grounds us in the reality that God has already given us so much, and that His goodness is not dependent on our circumstances, but on His eternal faithfulness. As you continue practicing this morning prayer, you'll begin to see how deeply it impacts your life. You'll find yourself waking up with a heart of anticipation, ready to face the day with joy and peace. You'll see God's hand at work in the smallest details, and you'll experience a sense of contentment that transcends anything the world can offer. Gratitude opens the door to a life filled with joy, peace, and purpose. And it all begins with a simple, intentional prayer every morning. So as you wake up tomorrow, remember, let gratitude be your song. Let it be the first thing on your lips, the first thing on your heart. Give God thanks for another day, and watch as He fills your life with His peace. Let this morning prayer be the key that unlocks a life of freedom, joy, and deep connection with your Creator. The more you choose gratitude, the more you'll experience the transformation that only God can bring. As you continue to make this morning prayer a habit, you'll begin to notice even more profound changes in your life. One of the most incredible effects of starting your day with gratitude is that it begins to shape your entire outlook on life. As you make gratitude the first thing on your mind each morning, it starts to infiltrate every area of your life. You'll notice that you become more present, more grounded, and more aware of the good things around you. It becomes easier to see the blessings, even on days that feel difficult or challenging. Instead of focusing on the negatives, you'll find yourself looking for the positives. And this shift in perspective can completely change your experience of life. But beyond just transforming your mindset, this daily prayer can also deepen your relationship with God. When you start your day by acknowledging Him and expressing gratitude, you're actively inviting Him into every moment. You're setting your heart in alignment with His will, and this helps you stay connected to Him throughout the day. As you go about your day, you'll carry that sense of peace and connection with you. You'll find that even when things don't go as planned or unexpected challenges arise, you're able to respond with more patience, trust, and faith. Gratitude builds that foundation, reminding you that God is with you and that everything you face is an opportunity to grow closer to Him. Gratitude also has the power to change the way you interact with others. When you start your day with a thankful heart, you'll find that you approach your relationships with a more positive, loving attitude. You'll be more patient, more understanding, and more generous with your time and affection. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you're lacking to what you can give. You'll begin to see the people around you as blessings, and this perspective will help strengthen your connections and deepen your empathy. The simple act of expressing gratitude each morning can spill over into your interactions, creating a ripple effect of kindness and joy that extends far beyond you. But the transformation doesn't stop there. Gratitude has the ability to help you overcome even the toughest situations. When you face hardship or difficulty, it's easy to get consumed by frustration, anger, or sadness. However, by starting your day with gratitude, you equip yourself with a mindset that can weather the storm. Gratitude doesn't eliminate the challenges we face, but it helps us put them into perspective. It reminds us that no matter what comes our way, God is still good, and His love for us is unwavering. This shift allows us to face difficulties with grace, knowing that we don't have to carry the burden alone. In fact, as you continue this practice, you'll start to see that gratitude becomes your anchor. It's the foundation that holds you steady when life feels uncertain or overwhelming. It's easy to let external circumstances dictate your emotions, but gratitude helps you stay grounded in the unchanging love of God. No matter how much the world changes, His goodness remains constant. Gratitude allows you to hold on to that truth. regardless of the storms around you, even on the hardest days. The practice of gratitude can give you a sense of purpose. It helps you see that each day is an opportunity to serve, to grow, and to experience God's faithfulness. When you start each day with a heart of gratitude, you're choosing to honor God, to recognize His presence, and to acknowledge His work in your life. This attitude of thankfulness opens your eyes to the many ways God is moving in and through you. You begin to see that every moment, even the seemingly small ones, are part of His greater plan for you. As this practice becomes a deeper part of your life, you'll find that your heart is more aligned with God's purpose. The more you focus on gratitude, the more you will see the ways in which He's working in your life. It may be in the way someone smiles at you, the quiet moments of peace, or the way your prayers are answered. Gratitude helps you to notice God's fingerprints in your everyday life, and this awareness strengthens your faith. The more you notice His blessings, the more you begin to recognize His hand in all things, both big and small. There's also a profound peace that comes from choosing gratitude. It's a peace that transcends circumstances, even when things don't go as planned, when there's uncertainty or fear. Gratitude helps you keep your heart anchored. It allows you to surrender control to God and trust that He has everything in His hands. When you are thankful, you choose to look at the bigger picture, that God is good, that His plan for you is good, and that His love will never fail. In this way, the morning prayer of gratitude becomes a transformative practice. It's a simple prayer, but it has the power to change how you see the world, how you respond to others, and how you experience God's presence. Gratitude is a doorway to peace, joy, and trust, and it can become a daily practice that shapes the rest of your life. Now, as you begin each day, let gratitude be your song. Let it be the first thing on your lips and the first thing on your heart. Begin each morning with a prayer of thankfulness and watch how God's peace floods your life. It's a small shift, but it has the potential to transform everything. The more you make gratitude a part of your life, the more you will experience the abundant life that God promises us, filled with peace, joy, and deep connection to Him. Start tomorrow with gratitude and begin to experience the transformation that's waiting for you. As you continue on this journey of incorporating gratitude into your mornings, you'll start to notice that your entire approach to life begins to shift. The more consistent you are with your morning prayer, the more deeply ingrained this practice will become. Gratitude will no longer feel like a task or something you should do. It will feel like a natural response to the life God has given you. Your heart will start to see the blessings in every situation, and your mind will no longer be overwhelmed by worries and stress. This transformation isn't just about feeling good or having a positive attitude. It's about truly connecting with the presence of God. When we acknowledge Him first thing in the morning, we open the door for His peace to fill every part of our lives. This isn't about denying the difficulties we face. It's about seeing them through the lens of gratitude and knowing that God is with us in every moment. The prayer of thanksgiving becomes your invitation for God to work in and through you, making you more aware of His guiding hand throughout your day. Gratitude also creates a ripple effect that extends to others. When you live with a grateful heart, you naturally begin to impact the people around you. Your positivity and peace become contagious. People are drawn to the joy that you carry, and they can sense the calm confidence that comes from knowing God is in control. Gratitude changes how you interact with others, whether it's your family, friends, co-workers, or even strangers. You begin to respond with kindness, patience, and love, because your heart is centered on the goodness of God, not on the frustrations or difficulties you might face in the moment. You may also find that your relationships deepen as a result. Gratitude allows you to see others through a lens of grace and appreciation. Instead of focusing on shortcomings or disappointments, you start to recognize the positive traits, the blessings, and the unique ways people contribute to your life. This shift in perspective doesn't just help your relationships flourish, it transforms the way you experience your interactions with the people you care about most. Another profound change that comes from practicing gratitude is the way it strengthens your trust in God. When you start your day by thanking Him for what you have, you're acknowledging His faithfulness. It's easy to forget all the good things God has already provided when we're caught up in the stresses of life. But when you make gratitude a habit, you're training your heart to recognize His hand in every detail of your life. This strengthens your faith, knowing that He will continue to provide for you in the days to come. The beauty of this practice is that the more you give thanks, the more you begin to notice how much you truly have. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already present. It opens your eyes to the blessings that you might have overlooked, whether it's the support of loved ones, the beauty of nature, or even the simple fact that you have breath in your lungs. And when you begin to recognize the abundance that already exists in your life, you find that you need less to feel fulfilled. Gratitude makes you content, helping you to rest in the knowledge that God has already given you everything you need for today. There's something deeply freeing about living with a heart full of gratitude. It takes the pressure off of striving for perfection or constantly chasing after more. When you start with gratitude, you free yourself from the need to prove yourself or live up to unattainable standards. You are enough, and what you have is enough. Gratitude teaches you to find peace in the present moment, trusting that God has already given you what you need for today. It reminds you that His love, grace, and provision are more than sufficient for all things. As you continue to apply this morning prayer, you'll notice that it becomes more than just a routine. It becomes the foundation of your day, the lens through which you see the world. It's a practice that helps you align your heart with God's will and invites His peace to guide your thoughts, your actions, and your interactions with others. And while it may seem small to start with gratitude every morning, this practice will begin to ripple out and affect every aspect of your life. As you shift your mindset, you'll find that you respond differently to challenges. You interact with others with more love and understanding, and you experience a deeper sense of connection with God. Gratitude becomes a way of life, transforming not only your mornings, but your entire day, helping you to live with purpose, joy, and peace. So, I encourage you to begin tomorrow morning with a prayer of gratitude. Thank God for the gift of life, for the breath in your lungs, for His love and faithfulness. Start small and let this practice grow each day. Over time, you will see just how much of a difference it makes, not just in your mornings, but in the way you live your life. Gratitude is a powerful tool for transformation, and it begins with a simple prayer each morning, reminding you of God's goodness and His presence in your life. Let gratitude be your song, and let it lead you to a life of peace, joy, and freedom. As you continue to embrace this daily practice of gratitude, you'll begin to experience a profound shift in your life. What may have started as a simple morning prayer will evolve into a lifestyle, transforming how you view the world around you. Each day, you'll become more attuned to the blessings that surround you, big and small. Gratitude will no longer be something you do. It will become who you are. This transformation doesn't just affect your emotions, but it also strengthens your spiritual life. When you consistently practice gratitude, you're fostering a deeper connection with God. You're reminding yourself that every good thing in your life is a gift from Him. You're acknowledging His faithfulness, His provision, and His unwavering love. And as you grow in gratitude, your faith deepens. You start to see God's hand more clearly in every area of your life, even in the struggles. You learn to trust that He is always working for your good, even when you can't see it at first. In this way, gratitude is more than a habit. It's a spiritual discipline that helps you align your heart with God's will. It teaches you to focus on His goodness instead of your circumstances. When you start the day with gratitude, you invite His presence into every moment, allowing Him to lead you through the day. You stop trying to control every aspect of your life and instead surrender to His perfect plan. As gratitude becomes a core part of your life, it will also open your eyes to the beauty of the world around you. You'll begin to notice the small moments, the sound of birds singing in the morning, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the smile of a loved one, the simple joys that God provides. These moments that once seemed insignificant will now be a source of deep joy and contentment. Gratitude helps you appreciate life as it is, not as you wish it to be. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have, and in doing so, it brings peace. This shift in perspective also makes you more resilient in the face of challenges. Life will always have its ups and downs, but gratitude helps you face difficulties with a heart full of peace and strength. Instead of dwelling on the negative, you learn to trust that God is with you, guiding you through every trial. Gratitude doesn't take away the hardships, but it helps you walk through them with a renewed sense of purpose and hope. You begin to see each challenge as an opportunity for growth, knowing that God is using it to shape you into the person He created you to be. As you continue to grow in gratitude, it will also start to impact the people around you. Your gratitude will become contagious. You'll find that those around you are drawn to your peace, your joy, and your positive outlook on life. When you choose gratitude, you create an environment where others feel seen, valued, and loved. Your gratitude will inspire others to cultivate it in their own lives, creating a ripple effect of joy and peace. Gratitude doesn't just transform you, it transforms your relationships, your community, and your world. So, as you go forward, remember that gratitude is not just something you do in the morning. It's a mindset, a lifestyle, and a powerful tool for transformation. It is a decision to focus on what is good, on what is pure, and on what is worthy of praise. Every day is a new opportunity to start with gratitude, to shift your perspective, and to invite God's peace into your life. It's not about perfection, but about progress, choosing to give thanks in every moment, no matter what the day may hold. Incorporate this prayer into your daily routine and watch as it transforms your heart, your mind, and your life. The power of gratitude is real. It opens the door for God's presence to fill you with peace, joy, and strength. As you choose gratitude each morning, you'll experience freedom from anxiety, freedom from the pressure to perform, and freedom to live a life full of purpose, trust, and joy. Let gratitude be the song of your heart, the foundation of your day, and the key to living a life that reflects the goodness of God in everything you do.